Okay. And we also have a special guest speaker tonight. I don't see her on yet, but she should be on momentarily. And I will take a moment partway through to pause and make sure that she is seen and heard. So, are we at 8 p.m. Eastern? We are. We are good to go. One more camera to click. Welcome, everybody. My name is Rachel Garcia. I'm coming to you live from Jacksonville Beach, Florida, where I live with my husband of 26 years and our two boys that are 16 and 19. Actually, my oldest son lives in Clemson. He goes to school up at Clemson University in Clemson, South Carolina. And I'm sharing some information with you tonight that somebody invited you to take a look at because they thought it might be interesting to you. They thought it could positively impact you in some way or another. We're not sure what part of this might impact you or might be for you. But whoever invited you thinks that something might impact you. And so I'm going to try to give you as much information in a short amount of time as possible to help you make an educated decision of, is this something that could be for me? When I first watched this, I truly thought I was doing my brothers a favor. They asked me for my opinion on the nutrition side of what I'm sharing with you. And they ended up changing my life forever, changing my husband's life, my boys' lives. I mean, tens of thousands of lives, quite frankly. And so I don't know why you're here tonight. But in 2008, when I was asked to take a look at this, I was working full time as a physician assistant. So I practiced medicine as a PA. I was seeing approximately 60 to 70 patients a day. I was writing 200 prescriptions a day. I had a 9-month-old and a 3-year-old, and my husband and I had just invested $50,000 in a skincare retail store and $50,000 in a construction company. And we had done that because we were both working, 14-hour days at our full-time jobs. We had a nanny who was essentially raising our boys full-time. They called her mom. And we realized I was really maxed out on how much I could make as a PA. And I was about $250,000 a year. And anytime I got a little higher, I was called into the office and they were said, oh, you make too much money for a PA. So I was a little frustrated because, I grew up in a family with not very much money and I did what I thought was right. Like I'm a giver. I like to help people. So I went to school, got good grades, got into medical school, became a PA, and was really doing what I enjoyed, helping people, but I never saw my kids. And no matter what I did, I could never make more than that. So I began looking for additional streams of income. So I read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Back then we didn't have YouTube and TikTok where you can, find other streams of income from home. And I came home and told my husband, like, we've got to start some businesses, which is why we opened the construction company and the skincare retail store. And so when my brothers asked me to look at this, I was not interested in adding anything to my plate, number one. Number two, my nephew had just been diagnosed with severe autism. He was 3, he screamed all day long, and we were told he would never speak. Had a 9-month-old with shot scheduled at the pediatrician, and I wanted to know what the heck autism was. I have a master's degree in clinical medical sciences, so I went down this road of I need to figure out what is autism and why does he have it? Is it genetics? Is it vaccinations? What is it? So I began doing this extensive research and learning that what we put into our bodies, I read this book. If you've never read this book, which is a more recent write, there's a lot out there that's proving that the medical world may not be out for our best interest. And so I'm thankful for medicine. I'm thankful for prescriptions, but I believe with all of my heart that they are overused in this country. And that if we treat this amazing gift God gave us the way it's supposed to be treated, we will not be struggling. And so there's some of you that are interested tonight because somebody invited you and said, hey, I know you're into multiple streams of income. And then there's some of you that are interested in the health aspect of what I'm going to share. I was attracted to the health aspect. I'm still here because of the health aspect. I have walked away from practicing medicine because the income here is that significant that I no longer needed to go down that road. And so I'm going to talk at the end more about the business side of this, because that is really what attracts a lot of people to what we have here. But I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to do my best to walk you through the story of why what we have here, what it is that we have here and why it's so powerful. So this was me, by the way, Healthy Rachel, doing all the research on nutrition, going to the health food store, had the juicer, had the organic garden. And if you'd asked me if I had any health problems, I would have been like, I'm fine. Literally, I was obese. Couldn't lose weight to save my life. I struggled with sleep. I would lay down at night and mind racing all night long and so That was me. The 3-year-old in the stroller had serious pooping issues. He would go to the bathroom once a week and bleed and cry. Nothing I tried from the health food store worked. And so when I saw what you're seeing now, I heard truth. I recognized we have to cleanse our body of the toxins and pour plant-based nutrition in. I knew it was truth. And I'm like, I'm in. Started comparing what they have to what we were consuming. I'm like, this is better than what I have. Like, give it to me. I don't have to do the juicing in the health food store anymore. Like, give it to me. And changes started happening within days. My mind stopped racing when I slept. I started sleeping. By the way, insomnia is not a lack of melatonin. It's not a lack of some sort of a medication, Advil PM. You've got to, there's things your body should have in it to naturally quiet your mind down when it's time to go to bed, okay? Natural nutrition. So started sleeping. My son started pooping within days. And over the course of the next 3 months, I lost 32 pounds. So everybody I knew was asking me, oh my gosh, what are you doing? My husband also lost a tremendous amount of weight. By the way, this is him at 35 on the left and him at 52 on the right. But the big thing for him was he struggled with anger and depression issues, to the point that when I came home at night, 11 o'clock from my full-time job and running a skincare store, I didn't know if I was going to be dealing with the Incredible Hulk or if he was going to be crying in the garage. And I'm not kidding. I was encouraged to put him on antidepressants. I am a prescriber. I know what that road looks like. You start with 1 pill, and a year later, you're on 5 pills at the highest dose. I wanted nothing to do with that. When 6 weeks in, those crazy highs and lows were gone, guys, it was marriage saving. But the biggest story was my nephew, 3 months in, went from screaming all day long. We were told he would never be able to speak to speaking in full sentences. And he just graduated from the same high school I graduated from last year. He's still on the spectrum. He still has autism, but we thought we'd never be able to communicate with him. And this was my moment when I said, what is this? I've got to figure out and I've got to share it with others. So some of you are listening to this for the health aspect. Some of you are listening to this for the business aspect. I just want you to know, if you're listening to this for the business aspect, there are people you know in your life who need this right now. And whoever is sharing this with you does not sell products. They just invite you to take a look at a message. So what is this? What is it all about? This is a company that launched in 2007. They actually were utilizing this cleanse, balance, build philosophy in a clinical practice with patients for 30 years. There was a 3-year waiting list for people to get in. They said people shouldn't have to wait that long. They didn't have enough providers who could teach the message of cleanse, balance, build. We're going to start a company. And that's how they started. Okay. They chose not to hire a marketing firm. They chose not to put it on shelf space at Whole Foods where I would walk by it and never see it. They chose to spread it by word of mouth. Our owners are billionaires and multimillionaires who recognize the demand for these products and the future. Our CEO and majority, it was just like me in a company like this for 30 years. So he recognizes how powerful this is, and that rather, again, than relying on internet marketing and billboards, word of mouth works really, really well. Our home office is in Texas with international offices in Korea and Japan. Here's what I want you to know. I was attracted to the health aspect. There are many people who are struggling financially right now who are like, I will sell dog food if you tell me I can make money. Okay. There are others who make great money, which was totally me in 2008. I make great money. Okay. But multiple streams of income is wise. And if you can make money while you're sleeping and that little part-time thing can surpass your full-time thing, which gives you more time freedom to do the things you're meant to do, the things you're passionate about, why would you not look seriously at that? You do not have to become somebody who can educate people on products. All you're doing is inviting people to take a look. Okay, so why is this different from other things out there, right? Why is this maybe your friend sells collagen gummies, maybe your friend sells hair growth for men. What's the difference here? What we have is for everybody. That's one of the differences, okay? Every man, every woman, every child, okay? Everybody who has a body at some point or another recognizes what I put in this sucker matters. Even those who have dogs and cats, okay? Grandparents, children, babies. It's a product for 100% of the demographic. If you're selling something, you want it to be for 100% of the demographic, not just the men, not just the pregnant people, not just the people who have cars. You want it to be for everyone. Okay, we are a consumable product. There's a lot of people I'm working with now who are flocking to our company right now because they've made 6 figures a month in other companies with non-consumable products. people purchased and then didn't ever have to repurchase, or maybe only purchased twice a year. This is in every 30 days. So if somebody does our 30-day servicing, about servicing your one irreplaceable asset like you service your car or your phone or your air conditioning, right? It deserves to be serviced. We just can torture this thing a lot longer before it's screaming at you. But if we give 10 people our 30-day servicing, 9 of them repeat purchase unsolicited. Like they love it so much they choose to repurchase 2 or 3 of our products. They replace their multivitamin, they replace their omega-3s, they replace their calcium going forward because they can tell when they take our products and they can tell when they don't. Again, 17-year-old company, totally debt free. Most companies that fail, in fact, 98% of companies have failed that start of any kind by the 5-year mark. We're not failing. Less than 100,000 Americans even know we exist. And Phil Knight, the founder of the largest shoe company in the world, is one of our investors. He's the 34th wealthiest man in the world. Okay. Why does no one know about us? No one knows about us. Why? Because we haven't done social media. Really. Like I know you guys probably have all been around to where you log on to the social media stage and somebody's selling something. We've never done that here. We've really done word of mouth advertising. So if you are in the social media advertising world, this is a phenomenal time for you to get started. Business model is recommended by some of the most brilliant minds of our time. Self-made billionaires Richard Branson and Tony Robbins have gone on record saying this business model, this word of mouth advertising, is replacing marketing firms with people who open their mouths advertising, is one of the best ways to get started with an additional stream of income. Why? Because of the low startup cost. 2, the ability to leverage your time, meaning I'm working for you. I'm working for whoever invited you to look at this. Right now, I'm working for them, right? Do you have someone working for you for free right now? Probably not. And the ability to have a very low overhead. Your overhead is essentially what you consume every month. I told you it started in a clinical practice. This is totally what attracted me to it. Science has attracted me to it. This is me going into the Texas office about a month ago and finding the binders that they have set up for when the FDA comes in. And this is just our multivitamin binder, and literally study after study after study on the ingredients in our multivitamin. And so why are we different? We're backed by science. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference, but I'm going to go back to the results again. Friends, if you're consuming supplements and you don't pack them in your bag when you go to Disney World for a week, or when you leave the country for a week, that means you can't tell when you take them and you can't tell when you don't. If there's not a change work after 3 to 4 months on your supplements, if you get sick easily, if you're struggling with a health issue, you guys, it's a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. You have so much to gain and so little to lose. So why does it work so well? Well, after 20 years of practicing medicine and 15 years, 16 years now of sharing this message, this is what I believe with all of my heart. Over 90% of the health issues we face as a human race are the result of these 3 things. And I don't care what we're talking about: migraines, eczema, allergies, congestive heart failure, heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, type 2 diabetes. Suicidal ideations, depression, anxiety. I could go on and on. It's the result of these 3 things. We are toxic. We're drinking out of plastic water bottles. Our pans that we've been cooking on for over a decade have Teflon on them, which has been proven to cause cancer. We're storing our food in Tupperware and plastic bags. Maybe you're not doing that anymore and you switched to glass, but we did it for a long time. Our food is being sprayed by guys wearing hazmat suits. This is what the farmers look like now. They didn't look like this 60 years ago, guys. We're being poisoned. On top of that, we're out of balance. We're extremely acidic. Again, I like to talk about this book, The China Study, a lot. I like to talk about this book, Chris Beat Cancer by Chris. Study that literally the last third of each of these books is these are all research cited studies proving what consuming more plants than meats does for your pH. A Nobel Prize was won proving that cancer cells cannot thrive in an alkaline, oxygenated cell. How alkaline and oxygenated are your cells? It depends on how many plants you're consuming. Okay, now you might be consuming really good plants all day long, but if you are toxic, it can't even get in. Can't even get in. So yes, we're out of balance, but we don't exercise enough. We don't get enough sleep. We're staring at our phones too much. Sitting is the new smoking. We're eating too much sugar. It's awful. And listen, we're in a fast-paced environment, right? Moving fast, eating fast, packaged, processed, pasteurized food. It's too hard to cook a big meal. It's too hard to do this. I'm going to show you how to get this in. 60 seconds in the morning, 60 seconds at night. If you can give me that, you can get more nutrition in your body in those 2 minutes than your whole neighborhood gets in a week. And your kids need it even more than you do, because whatever's coming down the genetic pipeline, guys, what are your parents struggling with? What did your grandparents struggle with in the last days? Was it Parkinson's? Was it Alzheimer's? Is it dementia? Is it heart disease? What is it that's plaguing your genetic pipeline? Okay. It's likely going to hit your children faster than it hit you because they're moving less, they're more toxic, they're more acidic, and the food is lacking in nutrition. So we're supplementing. And the more educated you are, the more you're supplementing. Bigger your supplement cabinet is. But if you can't tell when you take it and you can't tell when you don't, then you need to try this for 30 days. Now, for those of you that are like, oh, I can just eat healthy. We eat all organic. My wife cooks great food. Okay, this is old news. We've known for well over a decade. Multiple studies done in 2010 showing that you'd have to eat 8 oranges, 80 cups of spinach. How much does that cost? 99 ears of corn and 2 cups of wheat to get the same nutrition our grandparents got from one of each of those things in 1960. And look at the calories. So essentially, we're walking around starving. All right. So you can't eat your way out of the situation. You have to be supplementing. So why are our supplements different? Well, they all are based on this philosophy of cleansing, balancing, building your body. We have to cleanse the 7 channels that we eliminate through your lungs, your liver, your skin, your lymphatic system, kidneys, blood, and intestines. They are backed up with toxins and sludge. I don't care how good your supplements are. If you don't get that cleansed out, you can't absorb the good stuff. It's like taking your car in for an oil change every 10,000 miles, like the lights are going off. Could you push it past 10,000? You could, but what's going to start happening? You're going to start getting bad mileage for the gas, right? It's going to start sputtering. It's going to start breaking down. Same thing with our bodies, guys. We can push it. Your grandparents didn't have to cleanse, balance, build. We have to. And what are the signs? You get sick more easily. You're down longer when you get sick. Your hair is falling out. Your nails are brittle. You have aches and pains that don't go away like they used to. You're struggling with anxiety, fatigue, you struggle going to sleep, you struggle losing weight, you're struggling pooping. These are signs that you're toxic. Got to cleanse the toxins out and balance out that pH and pour plant-based nutrition into your trillions of cells that are screaming. They're screaming for nutrition, guys. We're going to give it to you in 2 minutes a day. And it's going to be a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. And I will tell you the 6 things that typically happen when people consume these products every day. We have physicians. Literally, I had 2 more join in the last 2 weeks who are over it. I don't know if you've seen the recent YouTube video that's flying all around of a recent podcast of a doctor who's Stanford trained who said the establishment is trying to kill us as patients. We're not trying to get people out of the system. Doctors are waking up to this. They're waking up to it. It's been something we're not really allowed to talk about. In fact, I'm kind of walking a line even talking about it right now. Okay? But I'm telling you, people are waking up. We went to school for a long time to help people, and things are broken. Okay. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. This wasn't like, oh, let's hire a bunch of scientists and go create a new version of vitamin C that gets into your body a different way. No, this is something that's now been used for 17 years. Many of our products are in the physician's desk reference. And the reason we're really different is our stuff works. It works. It's not a gummy vitamin. It's not a gummy bear. It's not a quick little fix. It's a 7-product regimen that you use every day for 30 days to service this body. Your one irreplaceable asset deserves it. You're not going to do this every day for the rest of your life. You can do it for 30 days, and then 90% of you will find 2 to 3 products that you love, that you don't want to ever go without, and you'll continue using them going forward. We've got omega-3s. We've got plant-based calcium, perfectly combined with magnesium, vitamin D. We've got sulfur, which decreases all inflammation in your body. We've got Goyan, which has been clinically compared to some of the leading antidepressants. We've got a plant brain-focused food that replaces acidic, caffeinated drinks that people consume all day long that ends up hurting their adrenal glands and their thyroid. It's a 30-day servicing. Treat it better than your cars, guys. Treat this body better than your cars. Treat it better than your phones. Because how you treat it now will determine what you look like when you're in your 70s. Do you want to look like the people in the top left or the people on the person on the bottom right? How you treat it now determines that. It's less than $10 a day to service your body for 30 days. Okay, so here's the 6 things that typically happen when you consume these products every day. Actually, this is called our Core Complete. It includes these superfruits, noni, mangosteen, acai, goji. Some of you that are into health and nutrition are like, I've heard of those things. Yes, they've been used for thousands of years in the areas where they're grown to treat things like mood, like circulation, like libido, like reflux, like pain, asthma, allergies. I'm not even going to talk about the C word, but the published studies in the United States for the last 4 decades blow your mind. So if you have a history of the C word, or if you're over 40, or if you're on prescription meds, don't get just the Core Plus, which is the 30-day servicing. Get the Core Complete. These are the 6 things that 90% of people notice within 30 days of getting started. Again, 60 seconds in the morning, 60 seconds at night. Better sleep within days. More energy within days. Less pain. This is a big one. Better bowel habits, whether you go too much or too little. I educate sometimes for 2 hours on all the bowel problems we have in this country, okay? Smooth and easy, like a Wendy's Frosty. Whatever you ate this morning, when you eat lunch, it should come out smooth and easy. Flattened belly. Better mood. You don't notice if you're the person who's in a bad mood, but everybody around you does, and they're really happy when you're in a good mood. Okay, and then weight loss. I only lost 3 pounds my first month. The other 28, 29 pounds were lost the second and third month. And people look at this and go, oh, it looks complicated. I don't know that I can do this. Okay, it might look complicated, but I'm going to show you children doing it when they were young. Literally, my son came home from school today, poured superfruit shots for himself and shot them back. I personally do a smoothie every single morning. I add a vegan protein to it from Live Pure. I add a hydrate to it. I add some greens to it because what the greens have been shown to do in studies will blow your mind. I'm not trying to give you all that right now. I'm just telling you, I do a smoothie every morning. And this is what I consume before I go to the gym each day. Super easy, less than 60 seconds for me to make this. My neighbors. So if my kids can do it, you can do it. 30 days. Make a regimen. You get up in the morning, you take your products, you go to bed at night, you take your products. PureLifeChangers.com is a wealth of information. I want to encourage you. I'm not giving you enough. You can get over to this page and you can learn more from the doctors and from other people. We have a lot of different categories. We have a skincare line that literally could stand by itself. We have that could stand by itself. In fact, I'm about to pause and bring my fitness competitor friend on who recently was in the Run Muscle and Fitness Hers magazine cover. She is in the gym every day, looks amazing, and is very careful about what she puts into her body. We could talk about the sports line. We could talk about the kids and how important it is for the kids. We could talk about the metabolic reset, the 6-week detox program for people who are like, I eat too much, I drink too much. I don't want to just add these products on and keep doing what I'm doing. I need a change. We've got that. Okay. So we've got a whole number of systems and categories. We're not going to go through all that. What I'm going to do is pause for a moment. I'm hoping that my friend Shakira is on. I know she's had some Zoom issues lately, and we're going to pull her up and you guys are going to get to hear her story and why number one, did she choose to start consuming these products? She's now been using them. I don't know, Shakira, you'll tell us, like 6 weeks. And then she'll probably tell you guys why she's partnered with Pure, why she's excited to recommend it and share it. So I see you. I see your picture. I'm going to ask you to start your video and ask you to unmute, and hopefully we can all see and hear you, my friend. There you are. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome. Okay. Please share with everybody your story.
Hi, guys. My name is Shakira Batten, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm a mom. I have 2 young boys that are crazy. Their ages 4 and 6. They're both in multiple sports. I live in the gym. I really got into fitness about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Now I'm in the gym 5 to 7 days a week, lifting close to 2 hours a day. And I started doing that because I went through a really bad season last year and I just didn't feel good. It was almost like postpartum, like all over again. I was just really unhappy, really upset. I was in a fog and I was like, what do I have in my control? I have in my control what I put in my face and how I spend my time. So I started going to the gym and I got a trainer. And my trainer was very knowledgeable about how nutrition can heal the body. And I was amazed when I started cleaning up my nutrition, how quickly things changed. And he was very big on, organic this and farm raised that and educating me on everything on the way. So in doing that, I became very obsessed about what is in the food that I'm eating. I started reading the labels of the back of everything in the grocery store. And I was like, I can't buy a pita anywhere that doesn't have crap in it. And so then I started like YouTubing how to make my own this and how to make my own that. And it was very overwhelming. It was like I almost didn't want to care at all because I was so overwhelmed by all the research. And it was about this time that I met Rachel and her husband. And I was actually interested in speaking with Rachel because I have three other businesses. I'm also a hair and makeup artist. I help people with their hair. I sell the makeup products. I'm an extremely busy person, but I wanted Rachel's help initially in organizing my other business. But of course, I learned about Pure. I heard the same presentation that you guys just heard, and I was like, oh my gosh, this makes so much sense. The toxins, like I have to cleanse the toxins out. Now, I joined this business eating extremely clean. I was pretty sure I had my diet and everything on track. I'm good. But I know everybody else who has all these issues. Y'all, I had no idea how many different aspects these products were going to change for me and for my friends and family. The pain, most people, it's the pain, it's the energy. My trainer had me off coffee and off caffeine. And I was like, I'm a mom. I wake up at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I go to the gym. I don't go to bed till 10 o'clock at night. Like, how on earth am I going to stay awake? It was really, really difficult. Not only am I out of pain, inflammation gone. Problems pooping gone. It was absolutely astonishing to me when you don't have the pain, when you do have the energy. I was on anxiety medication, I was on depression medication. If you don't know what that does, that's an upper, that's a downer. It kind of made me, life was kind of black and white. It was almost like living in a gray scale, right? Like I was going through the motions. Working out helped, it helped with my energy. Eating clean helped with my energy. Every little step I took helped, but I still felt like I was very much in a fog. And once I started taking this for 30 days, I realized that the fog was lifted and I realized that I had joy. I remember one day I was driving home from the gym and I felt the warmth from my window and I was just smiling. Like I felt the warmth of smiling on my face. I was like, is this what joy feels like? It's like my life went from being a black and white movie to like being an HD. It's like your glasses. If you take your glasses off and you can't see anything and then you put them on and everything's like really clear, that's what I felt like happened in my life. And that's when I was like, I have got to share this with everybody. This is a gift. This is such, this life is such a gift. My parents, both of my parents have been in the hospital recently. My husband just lost his mom. I'm like, what if we had gotten them? What if we had gotten them this sooner? What if my family is too important to me? Who I am for my kids is too important for me, not to just try it out. I was like, I'm just going to try it. And then now I'm hooked. And that's why I am still here. That's why I'm here right now. This is why I talk about it every single day to every person I meet, because I want them to be able to live life in HD because that's what we're meant to do. God did not create us to be on all of this medication. And I talk to people every day who are like, oh yeah, I'm working with my doctor on it. And I'm like, but you're working with your doctor on it right now, but you just told me all the issues that you're still having. So whatever treatment plan you're on, it sounds to me like you're not happy, you're not satisfied, you're not telling me a success story. You didn't just share with me how you're not struggling with these things anymore. You're telling me how you're on this medication that has side effects, that the side effects is diarrhea and wanting to commit suicide and all these horrible side effects this medication you're on, and you're telling me that you don't feel better. Like, I'm not saying that this would cure all, but I can tell you from my own experience and issues that I'm going through right now myself. Do you know how many problems my doctors were able to take off the table immediately because they knew the nutrition that I was getting in? They already knew what I had. So it's much easier to treat the issues that you have. Or you may be treating the wrong thing because you're nutrient deficient. And once you fix some of these nutrient deficiencies, your body gets what it needs. It starts operating the way it's supposed to. And then you can really get to the root of whatever issue that you might be having. And that's a whole nother big benefit of this. And a lot of that is the cleanse. cleansing out those toxins. I realized that I just cannot get rid of it on my own. And no matter how clean I cook, I cannot find all the things that I need to find. And sometimes I'm hungry and I just want to eat a French fry. And I do. And you know what? I don't feel bad because I come home and I take my Mila and it scrubs it right out of me. And then I feel 1,000% better the next day. And whenever I do enjoy the things that I want to have, and I wake up the next morning and I don't feel good, I know no matter how I feel when that alarm clock goes off, guys, and I get up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I get up and I look forward to making my smoothie. I literally take every single thing in that picture she just showed you. I put all of it in one smoothie and I drink it. And within 10 minutes, I feel better. I feel happy. I'm awake. I'm ready to go. I'm like, who am I going to talk to about these products today? Who am I going to share this with? I'm going to the gym. I feel good. And life starts. Life starts with a smile about 10, 15 minutes after I have that drink.
So good. So good, Shakira. Thank you so much for stepping away from your boys and your husband and your dogs and sharing with us tonight. We appreciate you and your story. Shakira is a busy lady, guys. Like, there's a lot of people that I work with are busy, busy, busy people. I was one of the busiest people that I knew, but we're all looking for a way to simplify the nutrition thing. If you have any education, you know nutrition is important. You're probably supplementing already. And what if what we give you is the best you've ever consumed? What if it actually gives the results that we're talking about? Isn't it worth giving it a try? And so, I came into this with no intention of ever telling anybody. And then I began to feel ethically obligated, like, I have to tell people. How many other people are struggling with the diagnosis of autism in their family and they don't have answers? How many people are struggling with ADHD and high cholesterol and high blood pressure? And I've seen the results. I see questions are coming in. So don't worry. I'm going to stay on afterwards at the end and answer the questions. I promise. Here's the deal. Some of you are ready to get started. Livepure.com. You can go to livepure.com right now. And there's a little, see the 3 lines up in the top left-hand corner there. Click that and a search box will pop up. You can type into the search box Core Plus. It's the same as the 30-day servicing. Core Plus. All right. It's $289. It's less than $10 a day. You'll get it in about 4 days. It's amazing. And they offer a 30-day servicing. Type it in, add it to your cart. You can either choose the liquid version or the capsule version. What's the difference? Liquid's more bioavailable. Your body absorbs it more quickly, but it also is very bitter. There's no sugar in it. So if you're used to drinking a lot of sugary drinks, you might want to go for the capsules because those have no taste. Okay, now, when you go to checkout, it's going to ask, do you want to create an account and become a preferred customer? Yes, 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 yes. Give them your email address. You'll get 25% off. There is no requirement to purchase again. There is no requirement to go on any kind of subscription program, although there's benefits to that. And when you want to order again, make sure you sign up for that. But there's none of that in the beginning, guys. And then it'll ask you who sent you. So whoever invited you here tonight, make sure you type their name in, okay? Then you're good to go. You check out, enter your thing, and off you go. All right. For those of you that are still here, before I dive into the business part, I'm going to answer the person's question about what books did I write, what I talked about. I talked about Chris Beat Cancer by Chris Wark. I talked about the China study, which is the largest human population study ever done. And I talked about this book, The Truth About Cancer. And this is an eye-opener. Eye-opener. Why was I taught to write prescriptions in medical school and I wasn't taught about how the body works and the importance of magnesium and calcium and omega-3s? Why wasn't I taught that? It's all in that book, The Truth About Cancer. All right. So we're going to dive into, you're sitting here thinking, I know people that would be interested in this. Like, I, of course, would love another stream of income. Less than 100,000 people in the United States even know this exists. How is that possible? So you might want to think about being a brand partner. If you think you want to share this, the only difference between a brand partner and a preferred customer is preferred customers can't make money for sharing. Brand partners can make money for sharing. It's $49 to become a brand partner. That's waived if you get one of our business packs. It's waived if you're a student or military. As soon as you decide to join, you're going to get a 3-step welcome text. This is where we're powerful. We have a system that you plug into. If you can spend 30 minutes a day doing this for the first 30 days, I expect you to make $2,000 cash. Not everybody does, but I've been doing this for 17 years. $2,000 cash back at the end of 30 days and have $2,000 per month locked in at the end of 90 days. Can you give us 30 minutes a day? Sitting in your car outside the gym, sitting in your closet while the kids are napping. Can you give us 30 minutes a day? Not everybody's able to do this. Why? Because if I'm being really frank and honest, not everybody's willing to commit 30 minutes a day. I'm not asking you to get sweaty at the gym. I'm just asking you to sit down and follow some instructions every single day for 30 minutes a day. Here's the key. If you're deciding to share this, there's two things that you can do. You can build a customer base, people who just consume. All right. If you have 20 customers ordering 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month. I'm going to say that again. If you share this with Aunt Betty, Uncle Fred, your mom, your dad, your neighbors, and they all order and they continue to order the average, which is 2 to 3 products a month, you'll make $1,000 a month if you have 20 customers. But Shakira, myself, we're building teams. We're building teams of people who say, I want to change the world. $2,000 a month is not enough for me. I'd like to make $1,000 a day, 2,000 a day, 5,000 a day. Can I do that? Yeah. Can you find 2 people who you invite them to take a look at this and they might say, yeah, I want to do this with you. I want to be one of your teams. I want to build. What if I bring in 20 people? Rachel, they all either go on the left-sided team or they go on the right-sided team. And what happens as time goes by, they plug into the system. I train them, our leaders train them and teach them whether you're involved or not. And everybody that they share it with, the company says, thank you so much. Shakira, thank you for plugging your people into me. Even though you're not working with them 24/7 or even 30 minutes a day, because they're plugged into the system and they're getting people interested in Live Pure and ordering Live Pure, they're going to pay Shakira a little bit of money for everybody that she plugs into the system. And here's how it works. The first week, you start with just those 2 people. And then the second week, those people have started to share. And then the third week, and it goes all the way down to week 12, and you got 4,000 people consuming these products. I'm just going to tell you what the comp plan pays on 4,000 people consuming products. Actually, that seems like a lot. Let's just say, let's cut that in half. Let's say that 4,000 don't consume the products. Let's say it's 2,500 who consume the products, 3 products a month. You'd be making $8,500 a month if you had 2,000 people as a result of your first 2 who share it with 2, who share it with 2, who share it with 2. Now, people will go, well, this sounds like a pyramid. I say, what do you mean by that? Well, first of all, let me answer it this way. They'll sometimes say like a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Why would Phil Knight, the founder of the largest shoe company in the world, be involved in a pyramid scheme? He has more attorneys than everybody on this webinar right now. Like, why would he do that? Okay. They're illegal. That's what Bernie Madoff is in prison for. So anytime somebody tries to get money from you and gives you nothing in return, that's when your alarm bell should go off. No. I mean, Rachel, the person at the top makes all the money. You mean like your job? You mean like my job where the doctor made the most and then the other doctors and then the PAs and then the nurses and then the secretaries could never make as much as the doc? You mean like that? It's the opposite of that. I make more than the person who told me and the person who told them and the person who told them. So back to the company's just paying you for getting the word out. You know people that I don't know. And if they end up consuming because you told them, because they watched this presentation and chose to purchase the products, you can be paid very well. So I like to cut it in half a couple more times. Cut it in half 3 times. And at the end of 12 weeks, $2,500 a month. This is not the other 5 ways that we get paid. This is being so conservative, guys, so conservative. So some people choose to come to us for the products. Some people say, no, I'm interested in additional stream of income. And it just grows and grows and grows. There's no cap to what you can make. So look at the business packs if you're interested in the business. I talk a lot about the $750 business value package. Why? Because it's got all the products from that 30-day servicing, plus it's got the super fruits and the fusion, and then it's got everything I put in my smoothie, plus our #1 brand selling skincare and our brand new coffee that has cordyceps in it. Actually, we have a coupon for you. Whoever invited you tonight has a special coupon for you to drop that from $750 to $675. They only have a few. So if you want it, reach out to them before their coupons are gone. This is our best products. It's an affordable start. It's easy for you to find other people who are like, yeah, my health is worth this. A business for $675 and I get to eat it. Like, I'm in. Okay. Now, some people say, no, I'm interested in more. Like Shakira, like myself, I'm interested in more than $2,000 a month. Like, I can spend more than 30 minutes a day on this business. If you're driving in the car a lot, this is how I built my whole business, guys, driving in the car. Okay, you want to look at the business VIP package. Why? Because it gives you access to increased bonuses. It gives you access to my VIP Q&A calls. It gives you access to my VIP leadership retreats. And so that package is $2,300. It's actually about $4,000 worth of products for $2,300. And it's your whole family. Get your whole family started, not just you. I started with that package because I wanted my whole family on it. It was the best bang for my buck. All right. So that, again, gives you additional products for free, sets you up for the VIP program. LivePure.com, do the exact same thing. Go use the little search box in the top left-hand corner, type in business VIP or business value pack. If you're getting that business value package, reach out to the person who invited you and ask them for their coupon code to drop the price. If you like to travel for free, get ready, guys. I've helped more people earn trips in this company over the last I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people. This is over 40 who earned a trip to the Amalfi Coast of Italy 2 years ago. This is over 50 that earned a trip to Greece. This is the pool we stayed at. George Clooney was there 5 days before us. And then there's a whole ton of us going to Switzerland here in just less than a week. And the trip next year is to the Maldives. So if you like to travel for free to 5-star resorts as a way of the company saying thank you so much for sharing this message, you can't go wrong. You found such a great place. And so I'm going to stop sharing right now. I'm going to stop my recording. I appreciate you guys being on. And I do this live every Monday night because I want to be able to answer the questions live, right? Anybody who invited you here tonight, they're probably not even on. I'm working for them while they're at a school baseball game or they're eating dinner with their family. This is what I do. And so if you choose to invite people, whoever invited you probably said you just really need to listen. Or maybe you already watched a video or two and you decided to get on tonight because you had some questions. I answered the question about the health books. Somebody is asking me, is it really just 30 minutes a day? Yes, it is. If you can take 30 minutes a day, we give you a play-by-play of exactly what to do. We plug you into a system where most people I work with here are used to being employees. They want to know exactly what to do. Employers, entrepreneurs, we have a running list of things in our heads. We know what we need to do. I've realized over the years, employees I need this, I need to know what I need to do every day. We give you that, exactly what to do. So if you can be coachable, you can be consistent, and yeah, get a little uncomfortable and ask people to take a look. You're asking people to take a look. That's all you're doing. I hope that this has helped you guys. Whoever invited you, they're going to be following up with you, but get back to them. Don't go into the witness protection program, guys. Like seriously, like get back to them. It's for me. It's not for me. I have some questions, whatever. Let them send you some more information if you have questions. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. And we get that. I'm not a car salesman. I'm not a salesman. I went to medical school. I'm really passionate about changing people's lives in a multitude of different ways. So if you don't have multiple streams of income, if you're struggling with your health, or you know people struggling with their health, or you're worried about your health in the future and you're just ready to proactively take care of your one irreplaceable asset, or if you don't have enough time, I'm going to end with saying this business has given me time with my children. And that is what I was really upset about in 2008 and frantically looking hard for. And guys, I could have gone into real estate, and I have lots of friends who make lots of money in real estate, but they can't stop. They're always working. My highest paid weeks last year were when I was in Europe for 3 weeks with my boys. Those were my highest checks of the year when I was gone, checked out, not even looking at my phone. So if you're looking for residual income that'll pay you for decades to come based on a little bit of work you do right now, you found the place. Thanks so much for taking a look, and back to the person who invited you. God bless.